Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. I'm Frozen Melon, and today we're continuing with some Moonlighter. Now, we got a lot of money. We have a lot of money, and we need to spend that money. Believe it or not. That's the whole point of what we're doing. So, let's look at my shop. What do we want to invest in? So, I can upgrade my shop, which is going to be a pretty good thing. We could get the sale bin, we could get more cash for tip-wise, better bed, which gives me extra health for adventures, and more item space. So, like, we got all this stuff we could have a look at. Other bits are, we could have a look at, you know, getting the rest of these people in, which can give me some other useful stuff as well, but, yeah. I think to begin with, we'll just, upgrade my shop. That'll be the first one. Ooh, sparkly new. So now that he's done that, let's have a look. Ooh, we can put relics down now as well to get like extra stuff. Cool. Yeah, individual customers will rate stuff better. So now we got like 4 places to put down, and we've got this pot here, which gives you like bonuses. Essentially decorations, which is pretty good. We'll probably leave that for the moment. I got 10 of those. And 6 of those. Can't do very much on there. Though, saying that, I can upgrade my sword and shield into the soldier's sword and shield. So we'll do that. Because I might as well get the upgrades, right? Benefiting me, more attack damage, that's going to be really useful. And the last thing we need to do is collect some new potions. Yeah, we have a wider selection available to us. But we need like other things to get them, so it's kind of like, we'll get 3. Don't think we need any more than that. And let's just get those equipped. I should have a look at trying to make the bow as well, so I actually have like a secondary weapon rather than just the the broom. You know, I think the broom is a little bit of an annoyance. I need at least 1 more to get the bow going, and then we can go through and get like the actual proper bows. Cool. Cool indeed. So let us go exploring. Back in to the dungeon. There was a couple of things I was thinking of, and like I'd be playing like a few different games anyway at the moment, and just like the similarities and the comparisons between like all these different sort of games that we have, and I think most people have probably heard the news by now that that Nintendo, interesting enough, is suing the makers of Power World, but not for the reasons you may think, which is kind of funny. So you think, oh, it'd be like a copyright stuff, things like that. No, they're suing them based upon patent infringements, which means that it is sad to say, you used to moan about it because like Ubisoft and stuff would and like Warner Brothers and that basically patented game mechanics for games. and it was like a really backwards thing to do because it just prevents innovation and prevents game development, which we're kind of, like, no offense, we are seeing the effects of that now. Like, you wonder why games are stagnated, and it's because everyone's got their own copyrights on all their stuff, so it's kind of like, no wonder why nothing's working. Oh, we can drink a potion then now, actually. So I want to equip that one. And yeah, Nintendo's basically done the exact same thing, and which ones they're probably using as part of this legal loophole to go after them, I don't know, but it's very disappointing to find out that a company like I know how bad they are with like the legal stuff and everything else as well, but what I find kind of like really frustrating is that instead of these entire companies just improving their design, you know, really kind of carving that niche out for the market for themselves, they would rather essentially just make one really good game, then put patents on all the stuff they did to make that game so no one else can make a game like it. And then when anyone does try to make a game like it, sue the ever-loving out of them, you know? And it's just like, really? Really? I'm interested to see where this lawsuit will go. Because just like... yeah, nothing here. Because there are some other legal stuff where games pretty much did this in one. I forget which ones they were at the time. But the problem with it is like this sets a very awkward precedent on the fact that you can own just a game mechanic and you're not allowed to iterate on that game mechanic in any way, shape or form. The good news is you can get around this stuff really easily. So I think one of the patents that Nintendo put forward, or Game Freak or Pokemon Company or whatever, which one it was that they now own, was the one, the idea of throwing a ball object at a monster to capture it. And that was done this year. So that one isn't useful. It is, you know, they can't use that one at all in this particular thing. If they do, it's going to be absolutely hilarious because they're going to get laughed out of a courtroom. Ooh, a mimic. Great. Just what I wanted to see, right? Ooh, I got so lucky. I did not want to push that, but that's exactly what I mean. Like, I go one level down and suddenly I'm struggling. Like, I glitched through the first level and now seeing my level 2 is like, oh yeah, by the way, you're going to struggle now. But yeah, so there's that particular issue, which, to be honest, like, I knew that Nintendo were capable of stuff like that. It's just kind of sad to think that this is where the gaming industry will go, is the fact that we'll have no level of innovation on anything, because everyone will be too scared to actually innovate on stuff, because they'll be afraid of being sued by the company that may own a patent that they don't know about. You know, that's the other bit as well. It's like, these companies will make patents, and yes, they're public available to go and get, but you don't know that they have them. So... you know? it's kind of a bit sad when you, like, unless you specifically go and look and think, okay, has anyone done this? But then by the time you've done that, like, you've missed your chance of making the game, right? You're going to destroy a curse. I will take that. You also destroy a curse on an object. There we go. But you have to go over here. You know. But then it's just like hilarious because like we've been doing this whole innovation stuff for like years anyway. Like games have always been stealing other people's ideas and using them in their own game with just maybe slightly different. Oh. Like slight small variances on the actual mechanics of them. So the fact that you say now that, oh, by the way, no, you can't do that is just kind of like extremely petty. Like, I 100% believe this will be like massive amount of bad publicity for like Nintendo across the board. Like, whether they win or lose or not won't be an issue anymore, but what it will mean is if the like new Pokemon game that comes out isn't up to par, it will raise huge issues in regards to them just being sort of trustworthy, shall we say, right? Just getting rid of all the cheap stuff that I don't need at the moment is the best way about this, but might as well get some money out of the run if this is the way we're going to go. We got an egg. Turret Golem egg. Nice! Oh, that's going to be great. We're taking that back with us regardless if I live or die. We'll heal up here. Just going to think I'm going to have a few more rooms. But yeah, I think it's going to hurt their reputation by going after them like this, in this particular way. Fine, we'll see what's down here. Just, yeah, we're not going to risk that just yet. Maybe one day we will, but not at the moment. I gotta get myself set up first, you know? But yeah, I'm interested to see on like general opinion for the public doesn't really care about stuff like this because it is kind of very minor when it comes down to things, right? It's not exactly like a drastic, oh my god, like this is absolutely terrible, what are they all gonna do and stuff like that, and no one really cares. Like that's kind of just the way things are, right? But I'm more interested on like what's gonna happen after all this. Like what precedent will this set? Will this be a lot more companies going after other companies for other patent infringements? And could I theoretically just go outside and like put a bunch of patents on game mechanics myself without actually having to release a game at all, and then when any company decides they want to make a game with those game mechanics, I just sue them. Me, and not a normal bloke, a normal person, right? Is there a way that I can do that? Because I will, like, I think it'd be absolutely hilarious. Can't take any of those across. That gets rid of curse. That one does not. If I want to get rid of curses, we want to get rid of curses on this thing. So swap those over. Because now, we bring those back. They can stack quite nicely. I do want these, actually. These need to be in my inventory. What do we get rid of? Guess we keep the crystals for the moment. I guess those. Don't know what they cost, but gold is gold. I'll take it even if it is cheap. Very nice. I really should read all through that, probably. But we all know what I'm like. I'm lazy. But yeah, it's fairly interesting. Oh, timer. Yeah, we're just going to leave now. We're not going to fight the boss just yet. I'm happy with the haul we got. Let's go back to town. Hopefully we can get like some armor done and stuff, and then once we've got that, we'll be pretty good. So yeah, we got a flying golem egg, and we've also got a golem turret. I don't think with them until they hatch, but interesting nonetheless. Let's sort through our spoils. Like, I don't want to be mean to companies that end up want to protecting their intellectual rights, because you do have a right to do that, but I do think there's a limit on what you can claim is your own intellectual property, right? So when I say that, it's with a specific reason in mind. So the example I'm going to give here is a very simple one, right? And I think it kind of explains it in such a fashion that I actually might keep the branches for now. Nah, we'll use them. So the issue you have is with essentially doing this whole thing with game mechanics, right? Just double check the prices on these. That was too cheap. What did you go for? 260. So we could go up to maybe like 200 or something. Maybe like 220. We'll try 220 with those. 92 was fine for those, so we'll try 93. Min-max, try and take as much as I can. 88 was too cheap, those are at 92, so we'll try 89. And there's a 260. 261. Let's open up shop and try and sell all this stuff. So the issue you end up having is that, like, so I don't design a game, but I have a sport. And this sport is then turned into a game. The sport involves us throwing a ball at a target. You get what I mean? Like how much of that can I patent? And that's kind of the point of which I would end up probably, in essence, arguing. Oh yeah, I forgot I had like more spaces than I. Where are these? Don't know what the sphere waters are. Those are 24. So that's probably like less. So we'll put that at like 30. But that's what I mean by the ridiculousness of it, yeah? You know, could I start putting a pattern on how someone plays football in a video game? And if I could, like, how reliably is that going to stick as well? You know? Water sphere, we don't know what they went for. That went for like 89 at cheap, apparently. So I guess we'll throw it about 89 then. We'll try 80. But yeah, I mean, there are plenty of arguments for it all on both sides, right? But I do believe this whole patent war that's going on with game companies at the moment that are trying to protect their intellectual property of games and making sure that no one can design a game like them is kind of ridiculous. And the issue I have with it is basically because all the knockoff games that are being produced, people end up having to be very protective of their stuff, which doesn't really help out, yeah? And then the idea is like the burden of proof and all that stuff of like, you know, how can you prove that you're the one that owns the right to this without a piece of paper in your hand saying you own the right to it, and all those lovely arguments. That's not bad actually, that's a pretty good haul. We'll close up shop now. So yeah, so we made a good 6,000 gold from that. Pretty nice, pretty nice. I'm happy with that. But that does mean that we should be able to get a bow or maybe some better armor next time round. So yeah. Sorry for my rambling and stuff like that, but it's disappointing to see games companies just suing other companies for innovation on a design that may be similar to what they've already done. And there are plenty of games that do it, and bigger companies tend to do it a lot more to smaller companies, and then will sue them, smaller companies, when others do it to them. So it's a bit kind of unfair. But anyway, again, if you do enjoy the video, do leave a like, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.